This podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors. Your San Diego County Toyota dealers. We've got what it takes. Fix Auto. Corky's Pest Control. And Lolita's Family of Restaurants.
Guys, what time is it?
D1, baby.
It's playoff time. It's playoff time. It's playoff time. Whoop, whoop. It's playoff time.
Wow.
I'm so excited. I'm going to use a small fielding glove.
I'm trying to get out of the way so we can turn this into a gift later. That's right. It's our Division I playoff podcast video cast. We're going to have one for each division. We're going to go in clumps of two. So we're going to do the first two games today. Later in the week, we'll have the following rounds or whatever you want to call them.
Right, let's just talk about the games right now before we confuse ourselves any more than we were.
There we go. So we got Division I. It's the 8 seed playing Carlsbad, playing number 9 seed Vista. Winner of that will play Saints. I like Vista, and then in that second game, upset alert, I like Vista twice.
Yeah, I'm agree with you there. I like Hodges, and I like Vista. Vista was last year's D1 runner-up, and I think that when you return enough players from a team like that, and you show me the kind of offensive, just on-base percentage numbers that Vista has. Vista gets a lot of people on base, and in a playoff scenario, those turn into RBIs usually, right? Or they turn into just a tragic night of leaving a whole tribe out there. But I think that that's what we're going to see with Vista, is that this turns into a night or two of them capitalizing on tons and tons of RBIs. And I agree with you that they're going to take Saints down.
I say Vista too. It's an interesting game for me because whoever wins this game goes on to play Saints, correct?
Yes.
Number 1 seed. Honestly, I don't know if Saints should be the number 1 seed this year. I've got, in my group bracket, I've got Scripps Ranch after co-champion in the league with Cathedral. I really see them as one of the top teams, but I see Vista. This is probably, they couldn't have a better game after. I say this is the game. If they win, this is the game that they could win and ride that momentum that they didn't ride last year, like you said.
Yeah.
All right, the next batch of games in that top bracket in Division I, it is 5 Poway hosting number 12 Valhalla. Winner plays number 4 Grossmont at Grossmont. I'll go first. I'm going to say it's going to be tough with O'Sullivan on the mound for Poway. O'Sullivan, the pitcher for Valhalla, he's tough to go through. I think he's probably going to pitch that game, so I'm going to go with Valhalla first, Grossmont second.
I got to agree with you, man. This is a Valhalla team that last year they sniped Saints in the playoffs, and I love that. I love that they're a team that has that little bit of scrappy chip on their shoulder like they have all season long, and I think that this will be the closest game of any in the bracket because Blake Wagenseller has been smashing the ball for Poway this year, and you got to assume that that's not going to go away in the playoffs. That being said, I just did not see enough consistently clutch moments out of Poway to have them be a de facto runaway favorite in the playoffs. So I think if you play it close with this Valhalla team, they're going to get you.
This is a tough game for Valhalla. I think they haven't played a ton of teams at the caliber of Poway. I'd say Poway is going to thump the ball in this game a little bit. Valhalla, I do like Valhalla, but I just think they're too young this year to move on. I'm going to take Poway.
And then in the second round, I forgot, Grossmont. The Foothillers, I mean, they beat Eastlake this year. They're going to be a hard team to even come close to hanging with.
Exactly.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree completely.
All right, moving on. There's some long road trips here in the playoffs. Here's another one. We got La Jolla Country Day hosting La Jolla. It's going to be a tough trip for those guys, the Vikings.
There's a lot of traffic in La Jolla, man.
Hard to get out of La Jolla.
That could very easily be a 45-minute drive from one campus to the other.
Excuse me, sorry. One more thing. The winner of that will play Scripps Ranch. Guys, who do we think is going to win that first and second game?
Country Day wins the first one, and Country Day wins the second one.
Wow.
I don't like the La Jolla Vikings this season. They're not a very consistently good team. We saw them drop a couple of must-win league games, and that Scripps Ranch team, man, great regular season team. I have that vision of last year's championship game still in my mind, and I want to see them get over that hump and have a big couple wins in the playoffs, but this is a Country Day team that last year took down LCC in the playoffs. And just I'm looking at playoff resumes, and that playoff resume just screams much louder for La Jolla Country Day than it does for Scripps.
I feel like they saved their energy for the best time of the year. La Jolla Country Day, they struggled in league this year a little bit compared to kind of last year. I picked them to win the league. It wasn't how I anticipated, but like you said, going into the playoffs with a lefty on the mound, with a couple horses behind him, I'd say they're going to whoop on La Jolla and then take it to Scripps Ranch for sure.
Here's the good thing about Country Day. They've got 3 really good pitchers. Playoffs, it's huge. So we were talking about this in the other divisions. If you burn a guy in the first round, then you get that second round game against a better team, you're kind of in trouble. Country Day won't be in trouble because they have enough starting pitching to get through the playoffs. I like them twice. Surprise, surprise. Obviously, huge. Definitely not a homer pick by me at all. Last game in Division 1. 7, Granite Hills hosting 10 Bonita Vista. Winner of that gets to go to Linda Vista to take on Francis Parker. I'm going to go. Actually, no. You guys go first. I'm
gonna go Granite Hills on both of them. This has been an unhealthy, incomplete Granite Hills team all season long. But when you boil it down, they are a really, 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 really good squad, and it's just got to be a game where finally the sum of their parts is better than their individual pieces. You know, you can't just rely on Darian Casio or Sean Ross to hit a clutch home run, and you just can't rely on that one pitcher. You know, they don't have an Andrew Brown like they did last year to just ride through. So it's going to have to be a team effort. But I think if you put all the pieces together for Granite Hills in a very shortened, condensed situation, they are the defending champs, and I will not pick against them until I see otherwise.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be business as usual for these guys. They're going to ride out their studs, Trevor Hazelhurst, Sean Ross. These guys are going to pitch their way all the way through. I'm going to take Granite Hills in a not very tight games. I have a feeling they're going to blow out some of these games in the beginning. And Francis Parker, number 2 seed. This was also a seed where I was a little iffy on the brackets here. I do like Francis Parker, but I say Granite Hills is going to take both games.
I'm going to agree with you on that one. I think that the Granite Hills-Francis Parker game, for all I said about Granite Hills being the defending champs, that's still an upset. Yep. For them to beat Granite, or for Granite to beat Francis Parker, but that's how I'm going to say it, is that they will upset.
Yep. I hate doing this, but I'm going to have to be the third to say both. Granite Hills twice, which means inevitably that Bonita Vista will win and then Francis Parker will win. Because we picked against all 3 of us.
Yeah, I'm all down for the Barons winning the whole thing, man.
So those.
I'm here for good baseball. That's all I'm here for.
So that
San Marcos. I'm here for good baseball in San Marcos.
Yeah. Oh, and you want to hear why he's here for San Marcos? Go to the Division 2 podcast. Check that out. We have podcasts for each division. All of them are awesome. All of them are fun to watch. So make sure you watch all of them. Tweet them.
Will be won by San Marcos.
Yes. Share them with your friends and tweet at us if you think we're wrong.
Yeah,
tweet us if you think we're right. Tweet at us if you like Christian's shirt, because he's got a different shirt on today. It's a good looking shirt. Yeah. So we'll see you in a couple rounds. Until then, have fun playing baseball.